Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Liaquat Zaman and we are going through Mukhtasar al-Qudoori, which is a Hanafi text. Those of you guys who know about this series, then please share, spread the word, comment, and if you don't know about it, you can start from the beginning, inshallah. So, إذا صح الوقف. So here, waqf, we've done this before. This is, we've been talking about all these days, endowments. Tamlik is to make ownership. Musha' means something which is jointly owned. Sharik is a partner. Muqasama, it means division, okay, to divide. Yabda, to start. Ri al-waqf, it means the property itself. Okay, sorry, don't know why I'm buzzing today. So it's not property, it's the revenue. Okay, imara is property, the construction or maintenance, you can say. Waqif is the person who has done endowment. Yashtarit is condition. Dar is property, house. Imara is maintenance. Imtana'a, to refuse. Faqir, poor person. Ammara bi ujra, fee. Okay, so that's all done. Sarafa is to spend. Hakim is the authority. And then you have ihtaja, to need. Istaghna, to be free. Amsaka, okay, so to hold back, to keep. Yaqsimuhu mustahiqi, people who are entitled. Okay, so right, so let's have a look at the tarkeeb. Should we tarkeeb this? Okay, so 1 second. So صحة is fi'l, waqf is the fa'il, lam yajuz bay'uhu is the fi'l fa'il, wala tamlikuhu ataf on to bay', and yakuna musha'an is the khabar of yakun, fayatlub shariku is the fi'l fa'il, al-qismata maf'ul bihi, fatasihhu muqasamatuhu is the fa'il, wal-wajibu new sentence, مبتدا أن يبدأ من ري الوقف مضاف مضاف بإمارته. شرط فعل الواقف ذلك في الفاعل أو لم يشترط. وإذا وقف دارا مفعول به على سكنى ولده جار مجرور مضاف مضاف إليه. فالإمارة new sentence على من له سكنى. فإن امتنع من ذلك أو كان فقيرا خبر of كان أجرها الحاكم في الفاعل وعمرها بأجرتها. فإذا عمرت ردها إلى من له السكنى. ومن هدم من بناء الوقف وآلته صرفه الحاكم في الفاعل في إمارة الوقف. Again, a lot of this I'm sure you guys are familiar with. إن احتاج إليه وإن استغنى عنه أمسكه حتى يحتاج إلى إمارته فيصرف فيها ولا يجوز أن يقسمه بين مستحقيه. This is مضاف and مضاف إليه. Okay, so let's have a go then at translating it. Alright, so what is this basically talking about? So it's talking about endowment. Okay, so now let's say, for example, this person has done endowment of a house. This big building he's got. This is the building. And he has done endowment of it. And he wants to give it for, let's say, a school. Or he wants to give it to the poor. Someone who is in need of it. So once this is done, you cannot. No selling. So you can't sell it. You can't no transfer ownership. No transfer owner, unless the situation is if it is shared. So if it's shared between two people, that's the only time that you can obviously divide it and then you can transfer ownership. This is according to Imam Abu Yusuf. Okay, so Abu Yusuf says this basically. So let's have a look at the text then. وَإِذَا صَحَّ الْوَقْفُ, when the waqf is correct, لَمْ يَجُزْ بَيْعُهُ, not allowed to sell it, وَلَا تَمْلِيكُهُ, not allowed to transfer ownership, إِلَّا أَن يَكُونَ مُشَاعًا, unless it is something which is shared, in which case Imam Abu Yusuf says it's allowed. Yeah. And therefore, يطلب الشريك, the partner will demand division, فتصح مقاسمته, and in that case it's permissible to divide it, because that's obviously his right, so they can get someone to divide that. Okay, now what do you do with the waqf itself? Yeah, so let's say, for example, you have this property, and this property, let's say, is bringing in money now. So it's bringing in, let's say, revenue. So let's say every month it brings in £500 a month, let's say. Okay, £500. So what you're going to do is you're going to take that revenue, and then you're going to use whatever you need to use from there. So let's say, for instance, we need to reinvest, let's say, £400 every month into repairs, electricity bills, and everything. Yeah, so this is for maintenance. So £400 is going to be for repair works, maintenance, anything that's required for the building to remain. Now this is irrespective of what this guy says. So this is the waqif, the guy who has done the endowment. Irrespective of what he says, this is going to happen. So whether he says he put the condition sharata or lam yashrat, whether he has stipulated this or he has not stipulated this, this is what's going to happen. All right, so let's have a look at this then. So he says, وَالْوَاجِبُ, the obligation, and yabda is for, and yabda min ri, or yubda started min ri al-waqf, from the revenue, bi imaratihi, and that, let's say, we use that in the building. Sharat al-waqif dhalika, whether the waqif has made that condition or lam yashtarit. Yeah. Okay, next masla. It's going so well so far, alhamdulillah. Okay, now let's say, for example, this property has been set for, let's say, his children. Yeah, so these are his children. They're going to live in it. So he's in a waqf that he wants his children to stay in there. Yeah. So what's going to happen? Who is going to pay for this? Yeah. Who's going to pay for all of this? So he's not making a revenue from it. He just wants people to live. So let's draw another house then. So it becomes a bit more clear. So let's say this is the house, and he wants his family to live in there, his children to live in there. So who is going to pay for maintenance? So maintenance is going to be upon these. The kids will have to pay for the maintenance, not kids, but it's children, isn't it? Children can be adults. وَإِذَا وَقَفَ دَارًا, if a man was to do waqf of a house on the living of his family, so his children are going to live in it, فَالْعِمَارَةُ, then the imara عَلَى مَنْ لَهُ, so the maintenance is going to be upon the one who lives in there, i.e. the children. Now, what if these people refuse? So what if they say, no, we're not going to pay for it? Yeah, because it's not ours, we're not going to pay for it. So what if they say no, or they're poor? Yeah, and their property is dilapidated, it's damaged, the walls are falling, the roof's leaking. What is going to happen? So what's going to happen is the judge is going to come in. Let me just move this over here. So the judge will now come in, and the judge will say, okay, well, judge means authority, isn't it? So the hakim. So he's going to come in and he's going to say, okay, I'm going to take the property off you. I'm going to rent it out. So he's going to rent it out temporarily to other people. So now they're going to get rent from it. Right? So rent, let's say, for example, 500 a month. And then once that money is made and then reinvested into the property fixed up, then it's going to be returned to these people. So after this, it's going to be returned. All right. So this is basically, imagine like a calendar. Yeah. So let's say January, February, March, April, May, June. So let's say he takes it off them in January. In January, he's taking it off them, he's getting fees 500, 500, 500, 500. Now let's say, for example, all the fees have been now collected, repairs have been done. Now it's going to be returned to them. Right? So they are now going to get it back in in May. Yeah, so that's basically how it's going to work. So let's have a look. So let's move this up a bit. فَإِنْ امْتَنَعَ, so if he refuses, if these guys refuse, say, no, we are not going to ذَلِكَ, أو كان فقيرا, or the children are faqir, أجرها الحاكم, the hakim, the judge, the authority, will now rent it out. وَعَمَّرَهَا بِأُجْرَتِهَا, it's going to fix it. Ammara means to repair, maintain it, with its rent. فَإِذَا عُمِّرَتْ, once it's been repaired, رَدَّهَا إِلَى مَنْ لَهُ السُّكْنَى, it's going to give it back to the one who has the right to live in it. Yeah. Okay, next masala now. So let's say, for instance, okay, let's say something has become damaged. This is the property, and in the property, something has become damaged. So, for example, let's say, I don't know, a wall has become damaged. They got to get rid of it, right? Or let's say, I don't know, some doors have got damaged. So they can't keep them all the time because property needs regular maintenance. So what's going to happen to this rubble, yeah, these damaged goods? What's going to happen to them? So the damaged goods, basically what's going to happen is that they are going to now be used in repair work for the building. So anything that's damaged, if you can recycle it, it's going to be recycled for the building, and that's it really, yeah. And so he says, وَمَنْ هَدَمَ مِنْ بِنَاءِ الْوَقْفِ, anything that is damaged, like the walls, the doors, وَآلَتِهِ, his tools and his furniture, and anything like that. Right? صَرَفَهُ الْحَاكِم, the hakim will utilize it فِي إِمَارَةِ الْوَقْفِ, in the maintenance of the building. So sometimes you might be able to recycle some bricks or some wood or anything like that. إِنِ احْتَاجَ إِلَيْهِ, if there is a need for it. Okay, so that's what if there's no need. إِنِ اسْتَغْنَى عَنْهُ, if there is no need, if the building does not need it, أَمْسَكَهُ, the authorities will keep that in storage, حَتَّى يَحْتَاج إِلَى إِمَارَتِهِ, so they'll keep it for future. Yeah, so either they'll use or keep. Yeah, so they keep it for future time. I don't know, maybe in the future they want to do some repairs or something, they can do that then. فَيَصْرِفُ فِيهَا, and then it'll be used for that. Yeah, all right, last masla now. Now, what you can't do is these damaged items, you're not allowed to give this to the recipient. So let's say, for example, those children in the house. You can't give it to them and say, here you go, this is yours. No, you can't divide it amongst them. Right? So you can't divide it amongst. وَلَا يَجُوزُ, it's not permissible to divide it between the people who are entitled to the waqf. Right? So you can't divide it between them. And that's it basically. That is today's lesson. So let's have a look at what we covered today then. So first of all, once waqf has been done, are you allowed to sell the property? Answer, no, you can't sell the property. Are you allowed to transfer ownership to someone else? No, you can't, because now it belongs, you can almost say, to Allah. All right, what if there is a shared owner in this property? What do we do? In that case, we can divide the property according to Abu Yusuf. Okay, any yield, any revenue that's made from the property, what do we do with it? So first of all, whatever is there, we try to utilize it in maintenance of the building, and everything else then can be stored away, right? So we store that away, or given to whoever needs it, the entitled people. What if the waqf is to do with allowing people to live? So a guy says, I want my children to live in it. Is that okay? Yes, that's okay. Okay, what if they do not want to maintain the building, fix it, or they're too poor? Then the judge is going to take it off them. He's going to rent it out, make the money back, do all the repair work, and then give it back to them, right, once it's been repaired. Okay, now let's say there is a property, and this property has become dilapidated, damaged, destroyed. What do they do with all the items? Do they throw them away? No. They try to utilize them again, recycle them again. Okay, what if they can't be recycled? In that case, they're stored away for another time. Can these items be divided amongst the recipients? No, it can't be. Khalas. Okay, let's have a look at some questions now. Okay, question. What is the ruling on selling a valid waqf in Islamic law? Are you allowed to sell it? No, you can't sell it. According to Abu Yusuf, when is it allowed to divide a Waqf property? Yeah, do you know the answer? Put in the comments. Who is responsible for maintaining the house endowed for the residence of the donor's children? What should a judge do if the residence of Waqf property is too poor to maintain it? Can the parts of Waqf building that collapse be used for repair, and under what condition? And why is it impermissible to divide Waqf property amongst its beneficiaries? Right. Well, the why one I haven't answered that, but let's see what you guys come out with. Alright guys, Jazakumullah khair. Thank you very much for watching this video, guys. I hope you guys have benefited from it. If you guys would like to share my videos with others so that they can benefit, please, I would really appreciate it. And if you want to support my channel on a monthly basis, become a donor towards my channel, help the work that I do, please consider it. Helps me a lot. Spread the word as well. You can see the details below in the description and on the screen, the Patreon as well. I'll see you guys next time. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.